Over the years, I've seen various portrayals of Thor in the MCU media. The pot-belly Thor, the spoiled brat Thor, the lover boy Thor, the superhero Thor. I have seen it all, but this version of Thor from Twilight of the Gods is a whole new discovery for me. This Thor is not a superhero or a lover boy. This Thor is a slayer, a god slayer, a cheater, and a terrible father. Any villainous trait you can think of right now, just put it on this guy because bro is the devil. Thor is one of my standout characters and the primary antagonist from Netflix Twilight of the Gods, an original Norse mythology animated show created by J. Oliver, Zack Snyder, and Eric Carrasco. I've already uploaded my spoiler review of this series on my channel, so if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Thor is the son of Odin, the Allfather and the king of the gods. He has a brother named Balder, who I like to call the glowing man because bro is just glowing all day long. This Thor is married to Sif and has a son. Though the show didn't really explore that side of him in the show, I would have loved to see more of Thor's family dynamic, but we didn't get much on it. But they made sure to let us know that bro was cheating on his wife with different women. Just like always, in Twilight of the Gods, Thor remained the god of thunder, the god of rain, and the lord of storm. But this time, bro came with a much darker edge. Thor's debut scene in Twilight of the Gods gave us a full display of his character in just one sitting. This Thor is egotistical, entitled, and highly hot-tempered. Like, bro is a bully. It all started when Thor was spotted hunting for Loki, who betrayed him. Thor and Balder arrived unannounced in Jotunheim, crashing a giant's wedding. He met Glamour, the leader of the giants, who told him that Loki wasn't there and that he should leave because he was already trespassing. But I guess that was the biggest mistake because things escalated quickly. This Thor isn't your typical god you can reason with. His ego had already taken a hit from that encounter with the giant folks. His brother Balder tried to calm him down, but it was already late. Bro is already riled up.
I leave with Loki, or I live in shame.
And with that, Thor butchered every giant in sight, including their children, and then flew up, leveling the entire village into dust. The scariest part about all this is how good Thor felt after this ordeal, like he accomplished something. Imagine being a god and feeling satisfied that you wiped out a whole community just because your pride was bruised. Yeah, this Thor is a sick mofo. That one scene alone was all I needed to know that this Thor is built different. Because tell me why he crashed into a party unannounced and uninvited, and the first thing he does is munch on their food instantly. And as if that wasn't enough, he didn't even bother to introduce himself or explain why he was there. He demanded to see the bride, like it was his right.
Bring out the bride. I bid you show me. Which woman's day do I darken?
Talk about entitlement. And when the giant folks failed to give him what he wanted, Thor lost it. They have disrespected and triggered the wrath of the god. Like, this is crazy. Bro got mad at the fact that he had to actually explain why he was there, which is only right, and also got mad at the fact that they did not even know his name.
Ask that I announce myself. Oh well, you know my name. I am Thunderborn, Thor, Odin's son.
Thor was furious at how the giants addressed him without the fear he thought he deserved as a god. It made him angry, and because of that, instead of leaving, since Loki wasn't there and the giants folks were actually saying the truth, he chose brutality and wiped out the entire village because he felt disrespected. Finding out how well layered Thor's personalities was on display in this debut scene upon rewatch is actually crazy to me, because one thing Twilight of the Gods was poor in is character development, but they nailed it with Thor's introduction because we immediately caught the type of character he is from this scene alone. Thor is an entitled mofo because he barged into Sigrid's wedding and immediately pounced on the food and demands the bride's name like it is right. I'm like, bro, chill out. You can't crash my party the way you did and expect to get answers from anyone right away. As a god, Thor feels entitled to make demands and get instant results, hence why he got frustrated when he didn't have his way easily with the giant folk. Thor is egotistical. He felt insulted by how the giants treated him, and that bruised ego led him to slaughter the entire village just to feed his pride.
I leave with Loki, or I live in shame.
I could never worship a god like this. Nah, not for me. Thor is a bully. He wiped out the giants not because he had to, but because he could. There's a big difference. Mind you, he was the one trespassing, but he still punished them for it. Thor is hot-tempered. He reacts on impulse, which is why he couldn't control himself from wiping out the giants just because he felt disrespected. Another moment that shows his hot temper was when he heard that Sigrid might still be alive. He was training with his son when he got the news, and out of nowhere, he smacked the poor boy to the side. because he was angry, even though the boy had nothing to do with his problems. Like, this Thor is something else entirely. Another great quality Thor possesses is confidence. Thor is not afraid of anybody, not even Odin. When Thor discovered that Sigrid was still alive after assuming she was killed along with her people, a normal person would have panicked a little because they'll be like, I thought you were dead, and then they'll probably go into hiding because they'll be fearing revenge or maybe try to figure out their next move. But that isn't the type of person Thor is. Thor is ready to go at anyone, any moment, no matter who you are. When Odin found out Sigrid was alive and was planning to carry out a revenge on Thor, Odin sent assassins after her to protect Thor. Instead of being grateful, Thor felt insulted. He confronted Odin, asking why he was being protected like a helpless child, as if he couldn't handle his own battles.
You hide me, father, like a faithless coward. Caged and here confined. This maid is after me, alone. I demand the kill be mine.
Now, that is confidence. The moment Thor learned that Sigrid was still alive, he was ready to finish what he started by eliminating her. Thor is someone that takes full responsibility for his actions, coupled with the fact that he was trying to prove his worth to Odin, which reflected heavily on almost all his actions throughout the show. I like the fact that Thor did not really go off on Balder for lying to him about Sigrid's death. He kind of just waved that off. I don't know if he did out of love, but I thought he would have gone in on Balder, but he just let it slide. A surprising quality this Thor displays is compassion. Thor went after Sigrid and caught up to her and the team being chased by the assassins Odin had sent on them. As expected, Thor immediately wiped out the assassins in a sweep of lightning so he could have Sigrid to himself. He engaged in a battle with Sigrid and defeated her. But to my greatest surprise, Thor offered her a chance to live on. He would even give her the gift of fertility so she could conceive.
Let me make you a miracle. I can bring life to barren fields. Or is it you who would fain be fertile?
Sigrid turned down the offer. Now, that is another strike to his ego because his offer was rejected by a human. He then proceeded to now kill Sigrid, but luckily for Sigrid, their battle crossed into Vanheim and Thor is unable to cross the border. This encounter made me realize that this Thor can show compassion. If people do things his way, everything is fine. His problem is just that he fails to acknowledge the harm he causes the same people that he expects praise from. This Thor cannot handle rejection or disrespect, and whenever he senses it, he retaliates impulsively. My guy is just demanding respect he hasn't earned. And I did not know this Thor is a god of fertility. Okay, there are new things about this Thor that I like so much. This Thor's appearance and abilities is one thing I love so much about him. This Thor really gives off the vibe of a god, with his large muscular built looking body, long red hair down to his back, electric blue eyes, his long brown cape that makes him appear even more intimidating, his belt and all that. He do have small similarities with the MCU version of Thor with his appearance anyway. I'm talking about the cape. And then for his powers and abilities, as a god, Thor is an immortal being. He could live forever without getting sick or aging. Thor's raw power is a big statement in the battlefield, accompanied with his iconic hammer. Just a swing of his hammer can send dozens of his enemies flying in the battlefield. He uses it to kill giants and gods if he needs to. Like, this guy used his hammer to send a god's head flying. Thor is a god slayer. Just like the MCU Thor, this Thor can fly, but he chooses to travel most of the time in his chariot pulled by his two goats. He can soar through the clouds and hover anywhere he likes. As Lord of the Storm, Thor has a great authority over lightning. He can manipulate anything lightning to his will, and that made his fighting scenes appealing to watch. And sometimes he uses the lightning to intimidate his opponents. Another thing I like about him so much is the fact that he can phase through objects by turning his body into a lightning. This is how he was able to win almost all his fights in Twilight of the Gods, most especially the battle with the giant folks in episode 1. As god of rain, Thor has authority over the weather. He can manipulate rain to fall wherever he wants. During Sigrid's wedding in episode 1, when he barged in, it started raining. He can choose to dissolve himself into a cloud. This also helps him to oversee and maybe spy around. All these powers combined makes Thor the god he is, and sadly also made him the killer he is. This guy brags about the people he kills.
I've made many a widow and wagon loads of orphans.
Like, bro, you just so appeased with that side of him. Yeah, when you compare this Thor and the MCU Thor, you will see that the MCU Thor is like the nerfed version of this Thor. The MCU Thor does not kill people for fun. He's not egotistic or entitled like this Thor. The MCU Thor was a superhero that helped keep Earth safe, but this Thor made Earth a battleground. If you made it to this level of the video, you are the real MVP. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. What do you think about this Thor from Twilight of the Gods? Are you a fan? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm out of here.